It's fascinating how we often think of organized religion as this bastion of hope and community. I mean, it's easy to see why. People gather, share stories, support each other through tough times, and seek guidance when life gets overwhelming. But let's take a moment to peel back the layers of this comforting facade. What if I told you that the first task of organized religion is, in fact, to make you lose faith in yourself? I know it sounds controversial, but hear me out. Think about it. Many religious teachings start with the premise that we are inherently flawed, that we are sinners by nature. From the very beginning, we're told that we need saving, that we're not enough on our own. It's like being handed a script that tells you, you're broken, and you need someone else to fix you. This narrative can be incredibly powerful, but it also creates a dependency that's hard to shake. When you're taught that your worth is tied to something outside of yourself, whether it's divine approval or adherence to a set of rules, it chips away at your self-confidence. You start to question your own instincts, your own judgment, and ultimately, your own value. And let's talk about the guilt. Oh, the guilt. It's like a shadow that follows you everywhere. You make a mistake, you stray from the path, and suddenly you're drowning in this overwhelming sense of shame. You're taught to confess, to repent, to seek forgiveness, not just from a higher power, but often from your community too. It's a cycle that reinforces the idea that you're not capable of making good choices on your own. You need guidance, you need correction, and in that need, your faith in yourself starts to erode. Then there's the fear factor. Many religious institutions thrive on fear. Fear of punishment, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. The idea that if you don't follow the prescribed path, you'll face dire consequences, whether in this life or the next, is a powerful motivator. It keeps people in line and, more importantly, keeps them looking outward for answers instead of inward. Instead of trusting your own instincts, you're taught to fear your own desires, your own thoughts. It's a brilliant way to maintain control, but it's also a surefire way to make someone doubt their own worth. And let's not forget the rules. Oh, the endless rules. Don't do this, don't think that, don't question the authority. When you're bombarded with a long list of do's and don'ts, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and inadequate. You begin to believe that if you can't adhere to every single guideline, you're failing. Not just at religion, but at being a good person. You start to see yourself through the lens of these rules, and if you fall short, it reinforces that narrative of unworthiness. But here's the kicker. What happens when you start to question these teachings? What happens when you realize that you are capable of making your own choices, of finding your own moral compass? That's when the real transformation begins. You start to reclaim your autonomy, your self-worth, and your ability to navigate life on your own terms. It's liberating, but it can also be terrifying. Because once you start to break free from the chains of external validation, you have to confront the reality of who you are without the crutch of organized religion. So, while organized religion can offer community and comfort, it's essential to recognize its potential to undermine our faith in ourselves. It's a delicate balance, one that requires introspection and courage. In the end, the journey toward self-acceptance and inner strength might just be the most spiritual path of all.